The pace.
Good morning, guys. Ooh, I'm still breaking them in. They're so tight. But anyway, my beard down. Look, it's been forever since I had one of these. This is the white chocolate mocha, because mocha is my favorite, but oh my God, that's sweet as hell. Good though. And it had that pop. We all love the pop. Anyway, guys, I wouldn't be making a video today, but I got good news. You know, we had the windshield put in the blue Jeep, aka Jangalang, and yeah, we had the windshield put in there, and right at the middle of the top, you know, I had to go in and weld that whole channel up because it was all destroyed. I put bracing behind it and everything. So the channel's solid. But the guy that put my windshield back in when I did all that work, apparently he didn't prep the channel or anything. And there was literally like rust behind the urethane, which means water had been getting back there. The windshield guy did say that water had been coming in under the skin, which that's all fixed. As you see, we put a new skin over that. But that was Monday, and Monday night, it rained hard. Like, it rained the majority of the night. Like, poured. And I had been getting a little water. I mean, it had been covering my console. Got my base knob and everything, which is working. I tested it this morning. But I had always been getting a little water in my passenger side floorboard since I had done that whole rebuild. And lo and behold, I went out there Tuesday morning, opened the door, checked the floorboards and everything, nothing. So yeah, that made me really happy, because now the blue Jeep is it seems to be watertight. So that has got me, you know, in pretty good spirits. This black Jeep, I still have so much to do to it, guys. My God. I still got to build doors for it. And I don't like, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I don't like building doors. I mean, I do it, and, you know, every time I do it, I get better. And that's why I try to tell you guys, you will get better. You know, like, your first doors might look like crap, but if you keep doing it and you do a few sets of them, every set you do is going to be better than the last set. So, you know, if you do something, you're just going to keep, every time you do it, you're going to get better at it. And I've been seeing a lot of guys make some really cool doors, and I have seen a lot of guys, I'm in a lot of like team chats and, you know, Facebook Messenger groups, and I see a lot of nice looking doors, and I see some really shitty looking doors. But I'm not gonna judge, because hey, it might be that person's first attempt, and I'm one of these people, man, I will stand behind you and congratulate you for even trying it, you know. Whether they look like crap or not, you took the step to do it, and that's like the big part of it. You know, you're trying to do it yourself. That's what I'm all about, is the DIY, you know, audio stuff. So great. If you did it yourself, awesome. That's what we want to see. But just because your first set looks like crap, don't mean your second, third, or fourth set would if they look like crap. But I've been seeing a lot of guys do some killer stuff. And you know, I put the fur around my little JAL board on the roof. I got that done. I'm happy with it, because I really did like having the fur in there. Even though it's not a whole lot, I liked it. Does the fur cost you DBs on the meter? Yes. Yes, it can cost you a little bit. But hey, that's the price you pay for style, guys. Because really, I like the rebuild I did in the blue Jeep. I had just missed the coziness that the fur brings. If that's the term, you know. It's like when you're riding in a vehicle with a fur headliner, it's like you have mother's love with you while you're doing it. I don't know. My wife will probably see this and hear that and just be like, oh God, that is so lame. I'm leaving him. But anyway, yeah, I don't even know where to go from here. You know, I just wanted to give y'all an update on that. I was happy that I'd no longer have water pouring in there. It has probably damaged the first layer of wood on my roof and enclosure. I don't know. Until the enclosure stops beating, we're just going to leave it like, hey, we're going to pretend it never happened. You know, it's like, hey, we didn't even see that, you know. Like, we got the glass, we were blind over there with a stick. Like, we didn't see nothing. And then we have Redbeard Rebase, guys. Y'all know I've been doing a lot of music by him. This Brandon kid's making some killer edits. He sent me a 7 hertz track. 7, yeah. I mean, he sent me a 10 before, and we've done the 10. But he sent me a 7. The problem is, I don't even know if I can play 7. Amplifier companies are still stuck on the old ways from like 3 years ago. And they're like, we need a subsonic filter in here. No, you don't, guys. Or if you have one, make it turn off. Because a lot of us want to try under 10 hertz. I mean, I know I don't have amplifier companies watching this video, but if you know somebody at an amplifier company, tell them to get rid of that shit. You know, tell them that if they want to do a subsonic filter, have a switch where we can turn that thing off so we can play lows. And I know to a lot of people, like 30 hertz is low. I'm just trying to see what the subs can handle. That's all I'm trying to do. I want to know what's going on with them. It's like, you know, will they leave the chat at 7? Will they unload and leave the chat? I don't even know if I'm tuned low enough to play 7, but we gotta try. We will try. Anyway, guys, that's about all I got for you today, man. I just wanted to do a quick little video because I've been checking the Blue Jeep and I'm happy there's no water. I've been fighting that for a long time. Honestly, guys, I'll tell y'all the truth. I've been fighting that since 2019. Yeah, 2019. Yeah, in 2019 when I built that Blue Jeep, my first show ever, because I hadn't been to any kind of show since 2007. So, you know, you're talking 12 years and so much had changed. We went from just going to shows and standing around talking because we didn't want to like waste our battery power before we burped in the lanes, to everything changed to demos, which is why I built the Blue Jeep the way I did. So I sent a windshield at the Sundown show, my first show. And then I think I went to NSPL World Finals after that. I got invited there by Sonny Smith. And I just, you know, I went and demoed. I think I burped. I think the thing did 57s at that point. I'd already had an MD12K in it. And I think it was doing like a 57.9. I was so close to a 58 in it. But that was still the XFLs. But I demoed so much over a 2-day period at NSPL World Finals. It's south of the border. It's a little conspiracy theory town here in South Carolina. Anyway, look that up, yeah. But I noticed, I went home from that show and everything was really cool. And I went to work a couple of days later and it rained, and I went out and got in the Blue Jeep, and the cup holders in my console and the ashtray in it, made in the console, they were all full of water. My seat was wet, the passenger seat was wet, it was terrible. I get home, and my old house had a carport I parked under, so that was really cool. I get home and I turn my old flashlight on the iPhone, and I look at the roof and there was cracks in it that long. From that point until now, I've been fighting that roof. Back then, I just tried to weld everything up and, you know, reinforce some of it, and it just kept cracking. I have bought like quarts and quarts of Herculiner and put up there. And the only thing that would really hold good for any length of time was the old Flex Seal in the quart can that you like pour it and just spread it out. But eventually it would rip too. So that was one of the main reasons I did the whole rebuild, was to try to fix that roof. And interstructurally, I got it pretty good, but I never addressed all the damage on the actual roof skin. And if you've seen the video where I was cutting the bad metal out, you know, everything was just broke apart. And it took all that work, putting a new roof skin on, And you could imagine a couple weeks, you know, we just did that roof skin a couple weeks ago. Doing the roof skin and then walking outside after a good night's rain and opening the door and my console's full of water. You could imagine my, like, I was sad, guys, just like, oh. But it's all cool, because if I wouldn't have broke that windshield trying to remove that rearview mirror button, if I wouldn't have broke it, then I never would have known how bad it was leaking, you know, at the windshield channel. So, yeah, it sucks that I had to put a windshield in there because of my stupidity. But I think that was the universe being like, yeah, he's never going to realize that he needs to take this windshield out and have everything re-glued. So it's like, we're going to have to break the windshield to teach him a lesson. So, yeah, I guess karma actually got to me in a negative but good way. Yeah, I need to probably talk to a guru about that. Yeah, I don't know, guys. But anyway, if you're having problems with your builds, guys, don't do like me and just procrastinate and keep putting a Band-Aid on it, which that's all I had done for 4 years was Band-Aid it. It's like, oh, it's leaking again. We'll put some silicone up here. Or at one point, I like ground it down a little bit and was putting fiberglass, chopped mat, and resin on it. Yeah, that held for a while. But you actually, at some point, you're going to have to actually address the problem. For me, the easiest solution to fix it was a new roof skin and I guess resealing that windshield. And sadly, you know, the old guy, it was one of my buddy Billy's friends named Tom. He's the one that took the windshield out for me and put it back. He was old, like really old. And I don't think he just gave a shit. He's like, oh, this guy probably prepped this channel himself. I didn't. I think all I'd done is after I'd done all my welding and cleaned that windshield channel up at the top, I took some cheap Harbor Freight primer and I might have just like hit it with that. But there was no like urethane primer put on or nothing, and it just kind of all went to shit. So sadly, old Tom had passed away here like recently. So I don't want to say that he did a bad job. I'm just looking at, you know, he wasn't in great health, and it took him a while to put the windshield back in, actually, because he had been sick for a while. So we ain't gonna bash his work. He's probably feeling like shit that day, and just putting the windshield back in is a favor. But I am happy I got it all. And the windshield looks great. My old one, it was like bad inside and out, from like welding on the roof, welding on the inside of the windshield channel, and grinding and cutting shit. It had like bad spots in the glass all over both sides of it. It's like if you tried to rub a razor blade across it to clean it, it was like cheat, 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 cheat. Yeah, it was terrible. But anyway, guys, it is getting hot in here. I turned that. Get the air. Oh, that air conditioning is so nice in this black Jeep. That's why I love driving this thing. Let me turn that shit down. I haven't had a vehicle with AC since like 2016. So I've been eating this shit up. I'm not all bougie like that, guys. I like old cars. But anyway, I'm gonna take my ass to work this morning. I skipped the gym because I wasn't feeling good yesterday at all. Last night when I got home, so. And then I'm just doing terrible drinking this shit. But anyway, guys, I'm out of here. I hope y'all have a great day. And it's only Wednesday, so I can't tell y'all to have a great weekend yet. But have a great week and work on your projects and shit. Peace out, and as always, guys, Bass On.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you